Being alone has so many benefits. Really, it does. You can be more creative and reduces stress. That stress of always having to worry about what others are doing and what others are expecting of you. Being alone lets you just let that go for a while. So you can in turn be able to develop better emotional balance. So being alone benefits. You can be more creative. You can develop more emotional balance. You can tap into your inner thoughts and connect with yourself. Those thoughts that you just fight with all the time? Sometimes you have to sit there and just be with them. Being alone gives you the ability to step back, draw to your inner self, and see where you truly are, what is going on, and find your balance and centeredness to be able to move forward. So, in that term, being alone is not a bad thing. Yes, as human beings, we desire connection. Yes, some more than others. Some of us like to be alone or in small groups. Others like to be around other people. They strive for it. So even those people, even those socially active people that love to be around people, need to find time to be able to be alone and everything in order to grow. So if you do not learn to be alone and enjoy your own company, now, if you are presented in the future with something that happens and you're forced to be alone, you may find yourself to be more depressed and anxious from it. So now when you learn, it's okay to be alone. I'm all right, but I'm all right with around people too. But I'm okay to be alone. I know myself. I know where I am, and I know I'm okay. Then later on, if you are in a situation where you need to be alone, when you're forced to be alone, you won't develop the anxiety, the stress, the loneliness, and the sadness from it. You'll learn to grasp it. You'll learn how to be alone and not be alone at the same time from it. So there are so many benefits to solitude. So I know I'm talking about all the solitude and aloneness and everything, but because you know what? We all fear it. Some people just really fear being alone. And people don't understand the ones that just don't fear it. I just don't fear being alone, There are benefits of solitude. It increases creativity. You get on yourself more creative, more doing that. It improves, believe it or not, mental health. Because again, you're not worrying about it. You're able to pull yourself in, to find your centeredness and your development and everything, and just to be able to do self-reflection more and personal development. So being alone can help you find the real you. Ooh, the real you. Sometimes that's scary. Do you want to know the real you? You need to know the real you. Because how are you ever going to work on the real you if you don't know who you are? There you go with that one, huh? It's I don't want to be alone. I don't want another real me. I don't know. Well, then you know what? You better, because you need to learn who you are to be able to work on you so that you can be there for others more, so that you can help and plan for your future and continue to grow. So I'm not saying to always be alone, but to learn to be okay and enjoy your alone time. Enjoy your own company. Okay? So that's where I'm kind of leaning at with this, is that you got to learn, hey, I'm okay. I can be alone. Some people just they worry about it. They're like, what do you mean? You're going to be that person's going to live over there, you're going to live over here. How, what? No, it's okay. Because you know what? You can be okay by yourself with your alone time. And then you could also be okay when you're with others and visiting. So I've always been more comfortable myself in small settings. But even that is not being alone. Okay? I've been I'm the one in the background, just kind of sitting there watching people, taking it all in my own little thoughts and stuff there, but still not made to be alone. Until at one point in time, when my children grew up. And I'm like, ooh, this is different. The first time I was ever truly ever alone was after when my youngest daughter went off to college. I'm like, whoa, this is weird. I actually had a few days where I had nobody else in the house with me and I was completely alone. And that just like right there, this little feeling is like, whoa, everything just was kind of like silent and quiet. And it took a minute to just grasp and see. So that although I had my own time, I never figured myself to be like socially out there with people and everything else all the time. I had to just like be like, okay, this is okay. And I learned. Taking it in, reading, doing different things. And you know what, one thing, when you're alone, I mean, you need to have some alone time to learn who you are, you know what? But you know what also when you're alone? You could turn that music up. You could clean the house, you could dance around like crazy. Nobody else will go look at you and go like, what is your problem? No, because you know what? You're just being you. So I found more and more how to just be myself when I learned how to be alone. So you have to learn where you are, what you want, and where you need to be, right? You can't always do that if you're surrounded by people and noise. So remember, there are benefits to being alone. They can provide positive and enriching experiences that you can then take out to be with others or continue to learn on your own. So don't close the doors off to other people. Be there for them. Yes, please, please, please. I'm not saying to be only alone. I'm saying to learn to be comfortable on your own before you can really be there for others. So if you have, here's a challenge. So find some alone time. So if you have a busy house where you just can't be alone, you can't find a place to be alone, really truly alone, then maybe you get up a little bit earlier, get yourself a cup of coffee and just sit there. Yes, you can read a devotional, you can do different things, but maybe you do that first, but then you just sit there, put everything aside. No music, no TV, no reading, just sit there and be for at least, here's a challenge, at least 5 minutes, okay? Just be alone in your own thoughts for 5 minutes. And if you can actually take it to another level, is to just go out for a walk. If you have to take your phone, put it away. Do not play music. Do not talk on the phone. Do not anything. Just go for a walk. Be out there. Let everything just kind of process. Learn how to process what is going on in your brain and your mind so that you can learn to be who you are, and then you can be for others. Stop being what the mold is making you to be and start being yourself. And guess what? You're going to be more happier. You're just going to become more happy. It's just going to happen. So first you have to get comfortable. And it is not a comfortable feeling at first when you're doing this. First you have to get comfortable in your own skin, in your own thoughts and your own abilities. Then you can truly start to grow. So let me know what you think of it. Are you able to do it? If you do, tell me how it happens and what you feel about it before. So I'm gonna put a link on here afterwards. I'm gonna put in the description the thing for my WhatsApp messaging, because that's really easy to get a hold of me. I have a separate one for this channel, and then also there's always the Facebook messaging, all the other things too. But send me a private message if you want to either that or that. You know, you can always catch me on Marco Polo too. I have set up the different ones. This one is not going on Marco, it's just going here. So I'll probably do another random one for Marco that won't be here. So that's what I mean by it's not always the same in both areas. But it's kind of, if there's an area you're struggling with or battling with, and I'm going to be facing some more alone time in the near future, and so just kind of regrouping myself and reminding myself, hey, it's okay to be alone. Made me kind of start off in this area here where, you know what, it really is okay. And we really do start to learn and grow, and your relationships with others will become so much stronger when you can learn to be alone with yourself.